Let's take a look at the next day here on our list. This must have been some kind of half-day holiday. It's very short, gets done early. It's an inside bar. It doesn't get anywhere near the previous day's high or low, which is up here and down here. It's a really flat, unproductive day. These are the kind of days we can decide not to trade. But here's a 5-minute chart right around the 8:30 mark. We're trying to find a breaker. This is a fair value gap created right here. Let's see when the opening bell happens, right about here on these candles. That's when we start seeing some more volatility. It's possible that this one could have been taken right here. It didn't go very far down to sweep this level, so I'm suspicious of this being a real breaker block, but a fair value gap was created right here. Didn't go very far, probably could have broke even on it. If we're waiting for the bell to ring though, however, and let's say we're going to move this to a more realistic breaker block, we can go like this then and use this right here as the sweep down, and then the displacement, which seems to be more real. This looks like a better breaker block to me, and it happens at the opening bell. All right, what happens, what you want to see on the breaker part, the part that breaks over to create the fair value gaps, and two of them are created right here. Both of them have at least a little bit a profit to possibly break even, and then it's the end of the day. That's the end of the day right here around 1 o'clock. So it had to be a holiday on that day. The 1-minute chart is not any better. I had that same questionable breaker block before the bell opens with a fair value gap right there. But if we redraw that again, let's redraw it on the 1-minute chart just to keep everything parallel and equal. We can go like this. Where did it go? Down here, and then sweep. And I guess it would be something like this. All right. I guess, you know, there's some breaker block right here though. If we're not going to use this big gigantic move here, then it's possible that the breaker, it was broke by this move here, which did create a fair value gap area. Okay, bell opens up, it sweeps to the bottom, disconnects, displaces, creates a fair value gap, tests, and that's a good entry. There's another fair value gap right there that is working. There's one right there that works, and this one fails. This one doesn't go anywhere, and then we get a short opportunity towards the end of the day, just using fair value gaps. And because obviously the breaker block idea is gone, what happens at the beginning of the day, and we're trying to combine a breaker block with a fair value gap. Okay, and usually that's going to happen at the beginning of the day, or at the high or low of the previous day, and we don't have that opportunity on this particular day. Is this a legitimate breaker block at the opening bell? Yeah, I think it is, but it's not at the high or low of the previous day, so it's not as strong, although it did work. It did work. If we could have got in at the right moment and recognized it's a breaker block, the bell has opened, we're bullish on the day chart. We're still bullish on the day chart, although it's starting to get real flat now. Then we could have taken that with a very small stop loss, and it held it to profitability. Oh, that was a real tricky day. You know, these flat days. That's why I picked this market to do this experiment in, because I want to test it in the most difficult kind of market. You know, is it something that we can use in the most difficult market or not? So it seems to be at least getting us break even. We're not taking too bad any hits that are just devastatingly big losses. I'm interested in seeing how this works though when the market is really going well and we get some really good setups at the high and low of previous day. So once we get through this test in a few more days down the road here, we'll be able to test it on different kinds of markets. All right, peace.